Coach's Corner is presented by Roanoke Valley Harley-Davidson. Stop by their store on Peters Creek Road for new and used motorcycles, service and repair, along with Harley-Davidson clothing and collectibles.
Welcome to another edition of Coach's Corner. I'm Jeff Jones, and this is head coach Dan Bremner. We were just down in Huntsville for 2 games this past weekend, 1 win, 1 loss. What did you feel like the big difference was between game 1 and game 2?
Honestly, it was our energy more than anything. We talked about a game plan going into the weekend, and in the past we've talked about trying to be a more physical team when we're playing a team like Huntsville, and they kind of had our game plan and threw it right back at us. They came out hard, they came after the body, and a little disappointing on our response to that, but also just our initial game plan buy-in. It just wasn't really there, and we seemed to step behind, we seemed to step slow. And when that's happening, you're going to have games like that, but when that happens, we have to find a way to adjust. It's something we've been talking about all year, is like whether it's having an A game and a B game, and it's like when you don't have your hands dialed in, or we're not connecting on passes, we're not executing at that high level, we have to have a way of changing our game and still being effective. And we didn't have a lot of guys that were stepping up that way.
A few new bodies in the lineup during last weekend, and then a few new bodies that just arrived this week. Any thoughts on any of the players? What have you, from the guys who have played, what have you seen that you like? And then obviously getting some guys back that from the East Coast that we're familiar with. A few notes on them as well.
Yeah, over the course of the weekend, Tim Gould, he's been in a couple weekends now, and he continues to improve. I think every game he's getting a little bit better. Nothing flashy, but he's just kind of steady. He's always making a great first pass and making sure we're getting it out of our D zone, which, not enough D these days are putting that value in. When it comes to Cyprian, he continues to get better. It was a couple games for him, and I think he started out a little bit tentative for us, and I think Friday he kind of fell in line with the rest of the guys, that we weren't really dictating physicality. But for a smaller guy, he shows that kind of grittiness to his game too, which we like to see. And then everybody knows Dom from a couple of years ago. Getting Dom back was a huge punch to our lineup for sure, and shot in the arm. So we were pumped to see him. I still think playing the most of the season in the Federal League, his legs are a little bit behind. So we'll look for him to kind of pick that up over the next little while here. As far as going into next weekend now, more bodies coming in. We're getting back to home ice, and I don't know, with all this turmoil in the lineup, what do you think we should be seeing as far as our team coming together against a team that we've played a ton here in Fayetteville?
Yeah, I expect. With new bodies, you're going to insert new energy, hopefully fresh legs, and it should be high compete. Everyone's, there's only so many roster spots, so. There's going to be jobs on the line this weekend, and obviously another big weekend. Points, they're huge right now, so I expect to see a big high compete this weekend, and a good battle.
Yeah, love what you said there with the compete though. As much as we want guys to be comfortable going into playoffs and they have to be confident, it's got to be about competition too. And even down the stretch here, 4 games left, I'm sure some of the guys in our locker room are feeling that pressure, which I think is a good thing. Come down to playoff time, and when something's on the line, we're in a make or break game. We want guys that can kind of rise to that pressure. And right now we got a full locker room, and there's going to be tough decisions made down the stretch here. But we want guys that can handle and embrace and love that pressure. So looking forward to kind of seeing how they perform at home after being away for a couple weeks in front of our fans, and with that pressure on them a little bit.
Well, this has been a great conversation, and that'll do it for Coach's Corner. Again, I'm Jeff Jones, and this is head coach Dan Bremner.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.